Welcome back, friends, to another edition of Top 10 Nerd, and today we have an exciting one for you. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers. With the ending of Avengers Infinity War leaving us still drying our tears from the loss of so many great characters, we're skipping right over Avengers 4 and getting down to the top 10 Avengers 5 rumors, aka Phase 5. All of these rumors came swirling out when Mark Ruffalo teased the new Avengers title on Jimmy Fallon, even tweeting at Jimmy to remove the video. Now, people are saying he was fired by Marvel for doing this, but most likely it was just a comedy sketch to stir up you diehard fans. Perhaps even taking a jab at Tom Holland for leaking secret Marvel information in the past. Either way, let's get this rumor mill going, shall we? Coming in at number 10, X-Men collab. The debut of the X-Men to the MCU was one of the biggest rumors circulating around Avengers 5. This comes as the result of Disney purchasing Fox, who previously owned the rights for a whopping $66 billion. Ooh, that's a lot of money. We're hoping that these characters' introductions will be handled with absolute care, considering fans already know and love the X-Men series. With Phase 5 being so far into the future, this should give the company the time it needs to properly weave the storylines. With the loss of so many great characters from the last Avengers movie, this could be a terrific option to, spice things up a little bit. Number 9, Spider-Man hanging on. With Sony still holding on to the rights of Spider-Man, it's always a possibility they could pull that plug at any moment. Although, have hope. Deals have been made in the past for Spider-Man to be included into the MCU, and as a standalone film, Homecoming was a smash hit that brought back our friendly neighborhood Spider. And with Phase 5 far enough into the future as production stands, there's still time for Marvel and Sony to work out a deal to have Spidey come back for this one. I mean, let's hope. Number 8, new villains. With every Marvel movie, a hero doesn't have ambition to act unless he's met with an equally powerful villain. Avengers 5 will be no different. Here's some of those villains that we're hoping for. First things first, we know that villains in Captain Marvel, set to be released in 2019, will be the Skrulls, who are an alien race of shapeshifters that will hopefully set up Secret Invasion. Well, most likely we'll see these alien baddies storyline played out through Phase 4, with Phase 5 bringing us the aftermath of the battle between the Avengers and the Skrulls. That being said, a villain we would all enjoy seeing for Avengers 5 has to be Doctor Doom. With Marvel taking full advantage of merging with the X-Men and perhaps Fantastic Four, this would include Doctor Doom as well, and it would also include him as a potential replacement for Thanos. Once that's all said and done though, I mean, who knows? Even though Doctor Doom's main nemesis is the Fantastic Four, we have seen Doctor Doom have run-ins with the likes of Spider-Man and Black Panther. Doctor Doom, I mean, what an awesome antagonist that would be. Number 7, more Ryan Reynolds. That's right, Deadpool fanatics, we have rumors that Deadpool will be included as well. If Marvel introduces the X-Men, they have the ability to wipe that slate clean and pretty much do whatever they want with the characters. Deadpool was a box office smash hit when it came to be released in 2016. Better believe Marvel was paying attention. Even though Disney is involved, let's hope we get to keep the lovable R-rated version of Deadpool. Number 6, new faces. As I mentioned before, we're going to possibly see the integration of new faces into the MCU. This creates a fresh start for Phase 5, especially with some of the actors looking towards retirement. We could even see some young faces joining the franchise and replacing some of the heroes we love. Speculation has even assumed that Bucky would possibly take on the role of Captain America, but although keeping the current cast would be okay with fans, it kind of limits storylines because we already know so much regarding the core cast of these characters. Let's hope this rumor is true and we see the birth of some new heavy hitters for Marvel. Number 5, the Nova Corps. Back in 2014, we were first introduced to the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy. We didn't see a lot from the Nova Corps, but what we do know is that they're a type of space force in charge of policing and protection over the Andromeda Galaxy and Earth. If we see more of the Nova Corps in Avengers 5, we could get an introduction to one of their most notable members, Nova, also known as Richard Rider. In the comics, Nova was the one to help kind of bring Star-Lord and Guardians of the Galaxy all together, and with crossovers already in this room, rumor mill, I mean, that seems plausible. All of this takes place post-Thanos. We may see a whole new Nova Corps, just searching for members from across the galaxy. Number 4, the supernatural. We've already had our fill of supernatural beings from Thor, the Scarlet Witch, and Doctor Strange with his ties to the Infinity Stones, but if Marvel so chooses, they have a wide selection of supernatural beings they could introduce as well. Especially Ghost Rider, who was given an introduction into the MCU by way of their TV series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. These new supernatural beings may come to a shock to some of the human characters like Tony Stark, but would provide Marvel with a ton of new storylines to play with. That's why at number 3 we have TV meets the movies. As I said before, these rumors are full of crossovers. We have mentions of new characters on the TV series as well as the need for some fresh faces. This could mean that we see the beloved characters from Marvel's TV series taken to the big screen for Phase 5. Originally, the TV series was supposed to follow the aftermath of some of Marvel's biggest films, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to coordinate TV, Netflix, and the movies. Marvel is apparently holding off on the Netflix Defenders appearing in their films until it really matters, i.e. Phase 5, where hopefully we'll get to see an ultimate team-up movie. I mean, I'm excited. Number 2, alternate universes. With the ending of Infinity War, fans are speculating even more of the possibility that we'll see the use of alternate universes for Phase 5. With Doctor Strange giving us our first look into the possibility of multiple universes, just imagine the interference this will cause when further explored in the Avengers 5 movie. This would also lend a help to kind of tie up a lot of loose ends left by Infinity War and give life to those supernatural beings I mentioned before. Lastly, at number 1, we have Marvel vs. DC. This is one rumor that a lot of fans don't think would ever be possible because Marvel and DCEU are rivals. With Marvel taking the lead in the market, they're also exhausting a lot of their key characters, and even though it wouldn't be smart to help your competitors, it could be an incredible team up, one time only, for this monumental film. I mean, if Marvel was able to pull off the first Avengers and work out all those kinks, it could mean this is a possibility. Plus, what would be the absolute craziest way to end it all than a Marvel vs. DC battle? That would propel both companies into multiple opportunities to do more standalone films and basically creating an even bigger money-making machine between the two. And that has been the top 10 Avengers 5 rumors. Let us know in the comments if you think Marvel and DC could settle their differences at least enough for us to just get this one big movie, right? Hit that playlist on the screen if you want more videos like this. As always, if you want to stay up to date, you have to hit that subscribe button. That's the only way to get the newest videos. Give us a thumbs up if you're excited about these rumors. And from Top 10 Nerd, I'm Johnny Rogers. Till next time, take care.